curtain closer to Group 1 features United States and Panama, each getting victories in their first two matches. The difference is United States were able to get 3-0 again over TNT. Meanwhile, Panama, 4 goals against 2 when they took on TNT, but they took it on the chin against Mexico, losing 5-1. To keep their slim hopes of making the semifinals, they need to pull off one of the biggest upsets ever. Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. The final match here in Group 1. The United States taking on the surprising ladies from Panama. And hello and welcome in, everyone. Let's listen in to the national anthem of Panama. And we get set for the first half kickoff. Let's take a look at Canada as they take on Haiti. Centennial Park, the host Canadians taking on the Reggae Girls of Jamaica. Jamaica holding strong early for the first 10 minutes. More from the Canadians. Charmaine Hooper, her header, hauled in by Thomas. In a minute 13, the scoreless deadlock would be broken. Hooper to Sinclair, who takes a magnificent first touch and split the defenders. And Canada on the board and on their way. So you're keeping track at home. That's goal number 1. Sharpen your pencils. You're going to need them. Sinclair with her 5th goal in the tournament. Minute 20. Charmaine Hooper. She can set up goals. She can score them as well. The glancing header gives Canada a 2-goal lead. So second goal scored by Hooper. Mark that down as well. Minute 42. Hooper setting it up. Walsh. Great 1-2 with Walsh. So Amy Walsh gets credit for goal number 3. Goal number 4, you can put Kara Lang's name by it. Great goal. A thing of beauty. Glances underneath the bar and straight down. Canada have a 4-goal lead at halftime. Okay. Second half. Randy Hermes. Great header off the free kick. So we can mark Hermes' name next to goal number 5. Great ball on the service. Minute 63, Lang. Her 3rd goal makes it 6-0 Canada. A thing of beauty, 8. Minute 78, Canada on 5. Sinclair. Her tournament leading 6th goal makes it 7. Minute 84, goal number 8, kiss to Lang. What a day she's having. Then Sinclair, 2 goals and giving her assist. 4 goals for Kara Lang. Canada rout Jamaica. Someone call the police. 9-0. Canada move on to the semifinals. Welcome to Safeco Field in Seattle. The nightcap to this twin bill here. Group 1 coming to a close. Mexico are already through. We know 3 of the 4 teams that have made the semifinals, and the United States look to put their name in permanent ink as they're taking on Panama, who won their first game and need a huge result here to move on. Alan Hopkins alongside Tiffeny Milbrett. The United States defense hasn't been tested, but where have the goals been? The offense struggling so far. We take a look at the starting 11 before we get to Tracy. Beene in goal. A couple big changes. Wambach also getting the start, as is Benson, who was a late addition for the injured Danielle Slayton. Joy Fawcett wearing the captain's armband. Hamm, who picked up that knock against TNT, is available on the bench, and she is all set to go for the rest of the tournament. For Panama, Franco's look very good in goal at times. Arosemena has been the best defender throughout the tournament. Bedoya, Romero, and Perez up front. DeMera, the number 9, she had the hat trick against TNT, but Panama only scored once against Mexico, and they look to get their offense going here against the United States. They're the ladies of Panama, Tracy, and they took a step backwards in their last match. What are they going to have to do to pull off this monumental upset of the United States?
I think they're going to have to take a page out of TNT's book, maybe. Go with the bunker style of defense. I think that's the best bet against a team like the United States. And for the United States, I think April Heinrichs is trying to answer that question that you had earlier. Where's their offense? I think she brought in Wambach, maybe called her up and got her on a plane out here. And with Tiffeny Milbrett and starting Shannon MacMillan, she's maybe going to a 3 up front to try to produce more offense and get opportunities for more goals for the United States.
Tiffeny Milbrett, extremely popular here in the Northwest, as you might imagine, along with Shannon Mack. They went to school in nearby Portland. Fawcett wearing the captain's armband. The United States will start with the ball going left to right. Barnett Lang, our referee from the Bahamas, gets us underway. The U.S. has played 283 international matches in 17 years, and this is their first match against Panama. In fact, they've only played Central American opposition one other time, and that was an 8-goal victory over Costa Rica, 8-0 in fact. Bedoya trying to leave it for Natalie Vieira. Benson. I think Wagner started the first match, got the first goal for the U.S. in the tournament. Came off the bench in their last match against TNT. Good ball by Shannon Mack. Well, that would have been a quick remedy to their offensive woes. Wagner. Good skills by Wagner. Benson in support. Corey Fair getting the start as well. Turned into trouble. Wagner. Hucles was behind her. Played it forward and cleared away. Benson, a late add to this team. The Philadelphia Charge with a solid season this year. Down a play by Gutierrez. Reddick started all 3 matches for the U.S. so far. Wagner giving chase. Santa Clara University star can't keep it. This coach April Heinrichs. She said that the bunker system that they played against TNT was, quote, one of the best bunker systems we played against, end quote. Milbrett, good header to Shannon Mack. Two University of Portland alums combined. And the Mac looking for Abby Wambach. Played in, a little flick for Milbrett, just wide. Milbrett didn't play the first match against Mexico, but looked good against TNT.
And already we see United States coming out with a little bit of fire. Jenny Benson plays a perfect through ball to Tiffeny Milbrett, who tried to flick it on. It just went wide of the goal.
Chastain plays it forward. Wagner, Milbrett, it checks up four, and she promptly puts it in the back of the net. 3 minutes in, and the U.S. score.
I like Tiffeny Milbrett's game so much. I love to watch her run. She has great speed. She just breaks through the Panamanian defense and creates an opportunity out of what may have looked like nothing.
Yeah, the free kick. It bounced and went straight up in the air and allowed Milbrett to get underneath it. One shot, one goal. Abby Wambach. Angela Hucles. Got Reddick. Fawcett. Inside for Bear. Now Hucles. The U.S. quickly get it forward. Hucles trying to feed Wambach. Hucles wins it back. Still on it. Here's Milbrett operating on the right now. Good cross. Oh, against the post. Wambach. Long range shot. Well, that's another one of your teammates, Tracy.
Yeah, she looked good there. She just creates another opportunity here with a diving hander. She's a good target, a big target in front of the goal, and just hits the post.
Here's the Milbrett goal again. Abby Wambach, extremely athletic. This is her 7th cap, already has 4 goals. Had a very good year, I think, for Washington. First year in the league after leading Florida to the Final Four the year before. Milbrett again, just like that. And any doubts about the U.S. attack, I think, have been answered with Milbrett. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes.
You know, Coach Heinrich is happy now. She's happy with the decision that she made to start Tiffeny Milbrett, and there's her 2nd goal of the night.
Well, Panama don't know what hit them. Milbrett just running on to that one, and she's working on a hat trick so far. Well, I think Canada has stolen some of the thunder from the U.S. in this tournament, and they're looking to answer back in a big way, building some momentum. Wagner picked her out. After Wambach hit the post with a header. An answer back with her 2nd.
And I think the United States is very aware of Canada and all the goals that they've scored. They're going to try to get some of that momentum and take it away from Canada and bring it into the semifinals.
The posturing has begun. Reddick, good throw in. Wambach, big target player, as you said, Tracy. Out to Milbrett, stays in play. She cuts it back again. This time she earns the corner. Well, Monica Franco has had some good moments, but I think Panama, having never faced the United States, I think showing the nerves. The deer in headlights. Too much respect. Fawcett right on Franco. Wagner kept it alive. Fawcett trying to get to it. Milbrett will take the corner. 8th minute. U.S. off to a very quick start. Milbrett with ball on the ground. Reddick puts a good ball forward. Wambach. Franco is down, and it's going to be a long night for her.
Well, Abby Wambach was calling for the ball there, far post. It was there. I think Franco's height helped her out there and kind of distracted Abby's attention and focus a little bit.
Franco, one of the few players as tall as Wambach. Arosemena plays it forward. Roberto Sala, the head coach for Panama. And this would be a monumental challenge, taking on the defending World Cup champions. The United States scored 3 goals in each of their first 2 matches, and already have 2 here. Wagner comes back inside the center circle to win it. Shannon MacMillan, head up. Oh, a little ball through to Milbrett. She's looking for the hat trick, and she's got it. 9 minutes into the game, and Tiffeny Milbrett has a hat trick.
Well, anybody watching has got to love to see Tiffeny Milbrett run. She's got a little open space, and she just runs into it and has her 3rd goal of the night.
Unbelievable.
All in about 8 minutes.
All in about, she's done already a match worth of work inside the first 10 minutes. Tiffeny Milbrett answering the call early. It's easy as pie for Tiff. The Hucles on the ground. Wambach, Milbrett, Wagner scumps the shot. Franco rolls it out. Chastain able to win it, plays a good ball out to Wagner. Does a good job of making herself available. That's a good ball. Wambach, MacMillan, square. MacMillan! Tight spaces, but she still almost got the 4th U.S. goal.
Yeah, I think here if Shannon MacMillan could have held her run just a split second, she would have had more goal to put that ball on target.
Off the ball. Would have been a fantastic goal for Shannon Mac. Panama have yet to get out of their own half. Wambach. Snap body, feeds MacMillan. MacMillan! Off the post and in! 4-0.
I think Panama's in a little bit of trouble. Abby Wambach's dribbling here. She's just waiting for the Panamanian defender to commit towards her, and she lays a beautiful ball off to Shannon MacMillan.
So MacMillan hit the bar a moment ago and it stayed out. Some love off the post to kiss it in. Give Wambach the assist. I think Panama is feeling the wrath of the lack of goals in the first two matches for the U.S. Shannon Mack has scored again. Benson. A long time in the 21 national team. Wagner. The U.S. keeping the pedal to the metal. They keep pressing forward. They want to slam the door shut tight on Panama. They have already done it. Hucles. First time ball. Shannon Mack. The volley! Ball!
Doesn't need to take another touch, where most players would like to take another touch and maybe place it in. She just cracked it here. Great goal. 5-0.
5-0, and we're not even a quarter hour in. U.S. women travel to Seattle, got up here on Wednesday. They've been enjoying the city. The city's been enjoying them as well. One of a good crowd here at Safeco Field. They are running roughshod over Panama in their first match of the tournament. This is by far the toughest foe. Fawcett goes down by Bedoya. Fawcett calmly knocks it out of play. She'll reorganize her D. Veteran move there. Owned by Gonzalez. She's on the ball now. Taken off the ball by Reddick. Fawcett wearing the captain's armband, played her 200th match for the U.S. earlier in this tournament. Clears it away. If you're just joining us, don't rub your eyes. That is a 5 spot on the board for the U.S. A hat trick from Tiffeny Milbrett. A pair of goals for Shannon Mack. The Northwest girls having a heyday here in Seattle. There. Shannon Mack, Milbrett holding herself. MacMillan cuts it back. The shot.
That was a good choice to cut it back by Shannon MacMillan. Only having Tiffeny Milbrett in front of the box, she's not the biggest target, so she chose to take the shot. I think she could have crossed it there after the cutback, but
if you're wondering, the record for most goals in a game for an individual player in the women's national team, 5. Jill Akers versus Taiwan, November 24th in 1991. And 5 from Granny Chastain. Franco covers up. Chastain scored hers against Mexico in April in that same year. And Milbrett well on her way. You wonder if she doesn't get him in this half, if we'll even see her in the second half. The U.S. can certainly already think about moving on in the semifinal encounter. If there's any way Panama are going to score 5 times, even if they do, the U.S. is likely to score 10 at this rate. Hucles works with Reddick. Nothing going on for Panama down the right. Wagner. The 1-2. Stays with it. Hamm to Hucles. Wagner, the little dummy. Fair. The feint inside. Plays it out to Benson. MacMillan. Big touch. Back into the space. Wagner. I don't think Panama even got a chance to institute their bunker mentality. Here's Reddick. Gets to the inline on the ground. Milbrett. Well, Abby Wambach prevented that from going out for a throw-in. But unable to get her hips around. They're down for Panama. The play continues. Shannon Mack, great turn on the ground, cleared away by DeMera. Bedoya is the player down. Fair committing the foul, the tap on their left foot. Bedoya had the first goal of the tournament. A history side note for her. The feeling temperatures expected to be in the 30s. And that cold spray it a little bit more cold. Big crowd here. Home of the Seattle Mariners, Safeco Field. This venue getting a chance to is a showcase for the Women's Gold Cup. Infield area sodded up very nicely. It's held up extremely well. Great pullback. Wagner, top of the area. Left-footed shot blocked. Fair. Good little turn and plays a good ball to Reddick. They're usually playing on the flanks. Slipped inside to a central role for this one. Good ball by MacMillan. Wagner. U.S. doing a good job of keeping the ball. Benson wide open. Great run. Milbrett. All kinds of red jerseys. MacMillan. Oh, she could have had her hat trick right there. Good job by Franco.
Again, that's a situation where you have a little too much time to think about what you're doing. When you can just react, I think it's a lot easier.
Franco did a good job of reaching up and taking the initial sting out of the shot, or the pass from Milbrett, and covering up. Another thing, the U.S. going with several players that aren't regulars, so they're coming out with a little bit more fire and intensity. Gotten the U.S. off to a good start. They got off to sluggish starts, really, in both of their matches, although they did score early against Mexico.
I think that's exactly what Coach Heinrich is trying to do, trying to mix things up a little bit, trying to let players play that don't necessarily get to play or start. And that's worked here and brought some intensity to the United States.
Beene, a very athletic goalkeeper, plays for the San Jose Cyberrays. Her 13th cap. On the ground, Milbrett. Milbrett! Her fourth goal in minute 22.
Might see that physical tonight here. Here's Tiffeny Milbrett taking a touch inside this time, taking it herself. Great shot on goal and a great finish.
Well, we could see records falling by the wayside. The United States have scored 12 goals before against the country. twice against Mexico and Martinique back in 1991. They're halfway there because Tiffeny Milbrett has 4 goals. The Sobrero. Thinking about the hat trick. Wagner. The pirouette. Fair. 2 touches. Hucles. Milbrett back to Hucles. She's going to have a go. The offense clicking. And we think about the 11-1 victory for Canada over Haiti. 9-0 against Jamaica. And the U.S. going to add to that. So Brandon Chastain comes off for Tiffany Roberts. I wonder if Chastain picked up an injury. Maybe not. She's all smiles, and at 34, they'll save some of the tread on her tire. U.S. all smiles. Capt Reddick. Fawcett. Roberts with a touch. Hucles. Milbrett. Surprised she didn't have a go. Why not with already 4 goals? By Gutierrez. A couple touches at the most for Panama, and then possession back to the U.S. Roberts through the tackle. Gonzalez on the reach of Milbrett. Knocked away. Bustamente. There defensively that time. Milbrett. U.S. looking very sharp technically to start this match. Everything is clean. A break for Panama. They'll have the throw in. At least we forget Panama didn't play their first full international until March of this year. Fooled everyone in the tournament when they beat TNT in their opener 4-2. Got them off to a winning start. Crashing back down to earth now in the worst way. Final match with all to play for. MacMillan nods it down. Milbrett hiding. Wambach getting forward. Milbrett with her hand up. Oh, Hucles, he takes a touch, and the first touch got away from her. Wagner on the right foot. That shot off the bar. The header for Milbrett. Almost a record-tying fifth.
That was about 3 or 4 opportunities for the United States right there. Milbrett almost had the 5th. That would have been great.
We mentioned in the Open, the second time the U.S. have faced Central American opposition. First time, they beat Costa Rica 8-0. It's the 9th time they've scored 8 goals in a game. DeMera wearing the captain's armband for this match. The way Fawcett is going to come off. Sobrero comes on. I think this is a clear case of April Heinrichs just getting some players on and resting her veterans. A couple of huge matches coming up over the next week. A week from today, we'll crown the 2002 Women's Gold Cup champion. Wagner working hard defensively. Hucles has in the back of her head. Milbrett into the space for Hucles. Wagner. Shannon Mack. He's already gotten 2 goals. He earns a corner. Panama winning the goal kick. DeMera. U.S. allowing Panama to play in the back. Arosemena. Beene. University of Notre Dame. The U.S. is the only team to have not allowed a goal in the tournament. Really want to keep that going. DeMera has to go off her face. Beene hauls it in. 24 years of age. He won WSA championship with San Jose. Roberts. MacMillan. Wagner. Bustamante's there giving cover. DeMera. Reddick's all over it. Hucles. Great ball to Milbrett. Straight to Franco. Wambach closing down. 30th minute. United States got going early. Tiffeny Milbrett scored in the 3rd minute. She scored 3 more times since, and Shannon Mack has added her name twice to the scoring sheet. Total of 6. Playing the final 15 minutes of half number 1. Hucles. The arm tosses Gonzalez. It's called for the foul. Panama going to make some substitutions of their own. Coming off will be Romero. Coming on will be Gonzalez. Maxima is in. Wagner standing over this free kick. Making sure there was no intrigue about this one. Wambach. Oh, a great lead. Milbrett. Almost pulled the trigger.
I think the United States may be passing a little too much in the box. Abby Wambach normally would just take that herself.
She tried to get to the end of this long ball, cleared away for a corner. It was Amarelia's DeMera. Expanding her game, playing the central role. They're going to try to beef up their midfield and combat the United States. Well, I think at this point, the U.S. players don't want to be the ball hog. Especially a player like Tiffeny Milbrett. She's already got 4 goals. Reddick making a near post run. Shannon Mack never get comfortable. Franco in front of Milbrett. Hucles is picking herself up off the turf. Chance for a counter. Sobrero is there. Wagner. Wambach. Call for the foul. That'll be extremely physical.
don't know if I agree with that call.
There wasn't much there, was it? Actually,
like
her arm was being pulled by Bustamente. I think the U.S. can grin and bear it at this point. Sobrero. Sobrero came on for Fawcett. Tiffeny Roberts replaced Randy Chastain. U.S. back line. At Reddick, still in school, playing for Anson Dorrance at the University of North Carolina. Former Tar Heel Roberts, the Hucles. Benson. The ball by Hucles. Milbrett short for Roberts. Sobrero, Hucles. Space to turn. Kicks out Wagner. Bustamente. That one's headed toward goal! Tiffeny Milbrett again!
I had a feeling that fifth one was going to come anytime now.
And that's a good one as well. First time finish. She just side puts it in. Franco couldn't get back in time. Seventh goal for the U.S. Fifth for Milbrett, who's on her way to rewriting the U.S. women's national team record books. Wagner. Benson. Natural left footer, plays Hucles. Looking for Milbrett, if you can believe it. Wagner. Roberts. Benson. Controls it. Oh, Milbrett again. Wagner, left footed shot, deflected. Corner kick. Panama does not know what hit him. Unlucky 7 for the Panamanians. Wagner dumped. Milbrett. Still too much of the ball on that touch. The only thing she hasn't done right. Gonzalez. Short for Bedoya. Reddick. Great ball by Milbrett. Reddick. Tackle by Arosemena. Sobrero to Wagner. DeMera pulls it back in front of Hucles. Lost her footing. Lost the ball. Wambach. It gets through to Shannon Mack. Shannon Mack. Well, she's got the other 2 goals. She's having a good match. I certainly think we would not see Milbrett and or MacMillan in the second half. I certainly don't expect to see Mia Hamm. Parlow on the bench. Christine Lilly, Julie Foudy. Everyone getting a chance in this one. Milbrett on the ground. MacMillan first time. Couldn't get anything on it. Milbrett so unselfish. She's trying to get herself away from the goal. Even tried that one on goal number 5. The ball just found her, and what are you going to do? Not shoot? Benson collides. Toyota. Hucles. He's playing with confidence. Shannon Mack hiding between a pair of defenders. He almost sniffed it out. Milbrett making a run. MacMillan stared her down, but played it back. Roberts to Fair. Benson. Easy ball back. And throw in for Panama. Perez. Suspect throw. Fair goes back to Beene. Solid clearance. Over to the touch. Look how far back she's trying to take herself from goal. All the way in the other half now. Don't feel bad, Tiff. Wambach. Roberts is square. Roberts. 8-0. And someone finally, other than MacMillan and Milbrett, scores, and it's Roberts.
I had my money on the next person who would score would be Abby Wambach, but this time she tries to put it in there for Roberts, and Robert gets a goal of her own.
Roberts doesn't get that many goals. This is her 7th international team career. She's working her way toward 100 caps.
Franco, the goalie, kind of got caught there and kept creating the cross. And you want to cover the near post on the cross, even if the ball does get through. But
it's just clear that Panama were intimidated from before the first whistle. All the confidence they built up in the first match is long since departed. Down 8 goals. We're not even at halftime. The header. Franco using that long frame of hers to haul it in.
She had to fully extend on this one.
Good little header from Shannon Mack that time. Good technique. Got him into the air, attacked the ball. Hucles, she wins it. U.S. players aren't going to get many calls at this point. Unless it's very blatant. Like a handball.
Panama maybe trying to do anything they can to eat up the clock.
Not a bad idea at this point. They need to find the friendly confines of the locker room. Get a break from this drubbing the U.S. are giving it. MacMillan. Heinrichs talking to the 4th official. Milbrett can't connect. Hucles dove in. Gonzalez onside. Actually, the flag is up on Bedoya. Gonzalez played a good ball in the midfield, and I think it was onside. Wambach barrels through that tackle. MacMillan, the shot straight to Franco. And Mac is hungry for another. Hucles. Roberts from Milbrett to Wagner. Far side. Wambach. He set up the Roberts goal. That was the 8th. Hucles, good first touch. On the ground, MacMillan. Franco. Already committed with her feet, and that's why she had to sweep it away. Corner kick. Strong right foot of MacMillan. Headed down by Wambach. Franco. That was Roberts knocking at the door. Hucles tried to win it back. Gonzalez. Onside. Beene makes the tackle. Still alive. I'm not quite sure what Gonzalez is waiting for. Headed toward goal.
I'm not sure what Gonzalez is waiting for either. She had a wide open goal.
Yeah, she was yelling for the penalty. Bedoya crushed by Beene. And Gonzalez had all kinds of time before the U.S. were able to get back. Here it is again. Beene coming out. He just goes right through Bedoya. Panama playing a couple long balls. Last time they've had opportunities to get forward. Gotten in behind the flat U.S. defense. Into stoppage time now. Half a minute complete. The United States powered by 5 goals from Tiffeny Milbrett, 2 from Shannon MacMillan, and 1 from Tiffany Roberts. Lang, our referee. 1 minute's been added on, and we've played that minute. Panama have earned a corner. Perez. Not much room. She has the strength to get it into the area. Leaves it short. Second man in stoppage time, and that is it. The United States started fast, and they haven't stopped yet. 8-0 over Panama after 45 minutes of action from Safeco Field in Seattle. We'll be back with all the halftime happenings. Stay with us. U.S. followed that up with a 3-goal victory over Mexico in the Rose Bowl. Then the tournament shifted south to Fullerton, where the U.S. again scored 3 goals without conceding 1 against TNT. And Mexico beat Panama. These matches all taking place at Centennial Park Stadium in Victoria, British Columbia. Costa Rica and Canada winning on the first day. And those 2 teams doing it again on the second day. Costa Rica scoring 5 times, Canada 9 times. They've scored 20 goals, and have only allowed 1. Today, Mexico earlier beat TNT 2-0, secured their passage into the semifinals. The U.S. right now just waiting for this one to be official against Panama. And then the final group matches, Jamaica, Haiti, followed by a winner-take-all, Canada and Costa Rica. When we come back, we're going to show you all 8 goals by the United States. 8-0 the score. Will be 5 minutes left here at Safeco Field in Seattle, the place where the semifinals will take place in a couple days' time. Let's take a look at the first match this evening. Mexico taking on the Soca Divas of TNT. Group 1 moves to the Great Northwest, Safeco Field in Seattle. Mexico taking on the Soca Divas of Trinidad and Tobago. Minute 5. Monica Gerardo. Great goal, gets Mexico off to the great start. Monica Vergara, the great ball in, and Gerardo read the play and finished it off with a goal. Her first of the tournament. TNT back the other way. Tanginar working on the shutout early. Minute 13. Monica Gonzalez off the ball. Just like that, Mexico very nearly had a 2-goal lead. Moving on, the ball in off the free kick, straight to Tanginar. Very little to do in the first half. At the end of the first half, Gonzalez plays in Warmis. Ramison is there. So Mexico take a 1-goal lead into the second half. He would nearly get a goal straight off the bat. Patty Perez. Great save by Ramison. Touched it off the ball. Minute 58, TNT. A long-range volley from Johnson. No problem at all for Tanginar. Then at the hour mark, Mexico would double their lead. Antunes, great run. Gerardo is there. Her second goal of the match set up by Yenin Antunes. Gerardo the hero. Mexico move into the semifinals 2-0 over TNT. So the Gold Cup taking shape here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Canada and Costa Rica have progressed from the other group. The United States joining Mexico, although they still have 45 minutes here to finish up. It started very well for them. 8 goals. They scored 6 in the first 2 matches, and they've already bested that this evening. Alan Hopkins alongside Tiffeny Milbrett. Tracy, we talked about the U.S. offense needing to get off to a great start, and safe to say, mission accomplished.
Oh yeah, I think you could say that. 8 goals in 1 half is tremendous, and I think that Tiffeny Milbrett and Abby Wambach and Shannon MacMillan have risen to the occasion. That they come in, they've got the start, and they've proved that they should be playing, and they proved that they could get this offense going.
And Julie Foudy's going to get her turn to get out there. Lori Fair, Angela Hucles, Kat Reddick, Tiffany Roberts, Brandy Chastain, Shannon Max, Allie Wagner, Julie Foudy now, Joy Fawcett, Kate Sobrero, Tiffeny Milbrett, Jeannie Benson, Lakeisha Beene, and Abby Wambach have all played. Only Cindy Parlow and Mia Hamm, along with Brianna Scurry, have yet to see action. Barnetta Lang gets the second half underway. She's probably the luckiest of them all. She gets to go back to the Bahamas after this tournament. In the chilly conditions here in Seattle, the U.S. has been on fire. Tiffeny Milbrett still out there. Probably will not see Mia Hamm in this one. She picked up that leg injury after she collided with TNT goalkeeper Lisa Jo Ramekson. The end of the first half in their 3-0 victory in the second group match for the U.S. Wambach wins it. Plays Roberts. Lilly also hasn't seen any action so far. Sobrero. Oh, a tough ball. Beene handled it. Hucles for Foudy, wearing the captain's armband now. Foudy on the ground. The Wambach. Foudy, who's been with his national team 15 years now. Roberts, good hold. Milbrett, short for Wambach. Milbrett wins it back. The Portland, Oregon native. By Sobrero. Hucles. MacMillan. He had 2 goals in the first half. Wambach. Foudy. Roberts. Lori Fair getting the start this evening. Jenny Benson, her first start as well. Trying to reach her Milbrett. Has to hit the brakes. Milbrett, a prolific goal scorer in high school, prolific goal scorer in college. Big track athlete as well in her high school days, and needless to say, she uses her pace and speed to her advantage. Wambach using her strength. Gets through that one toward goal. What are some of the qualities, Tracy, that you see Abby possesses that might give her a good chance of earning a spot in the World Cup team?
Well, I think first of all, she's just a great finisher. She has a nose for the goal. She knows where it is at all times, and she can finish shots that necessarily don't have much of a chance, and she can finish with both feet, which is pretty key too. Her right foot is equally as strong as her left foot, and obviously she's got the size. She's got great size. She can hold on to the ball, knock off defenders, and also create opportunities for her teammates.
A seamless transition for Wambach from Florida to the Washington Freedom. Play this year helped her catch the eye of Coach Heinrichs. Wasn't on the team sheet for the first 2 matches, and here she is getting a start in this one. Had a great diving header, hit the post. He did set up Roberts for the 8th goal for the U.S.
I know she was a little disappointed not being on the roster to start this World Cup, but now getting the chance here, I think she knows she has a little something to prove, and she's ready, and she's probably really excited to be back with the team and excited to have a chance to show her stuff.
Working on 5 minutes into the second half. By this time in the first half, the U.S. had already scored twice. Benson being called in for the injured Daniel Slayton because she, along with Slayton, one of the few left-footed players that Heinrichs calls in. Foudy. MacMillan. Hucles can't keep it. Foudy got a foot in there. Capt Reddick. Foudy. Good ball to MacMillan. MacMillan takes a touch, cuts it back. Milbrett floating at the back post, raises her arm. And Mac tried to cut it back again. Bear cleans it up. Reach of Milbrett. Gonzalez came on during the first half. Haven't heard much from Amaryllis DeMera. And a hat trick to open the tournament. The team hasn't really been able to pick her out. Hucles to Reddick. United States, obviously, Tracy, in keep away mode at this point.
At this point, it kind of becomes a game of checkers almost. You want to try to entice your opponent to come out and move that last row. Get them to come out a little bit so you can have some space to work with down there by the goal.
I like that analogy. Benson surging forward on her left foot. Shannon Mack. Shot from Hucles blocked. She gets another try. She hits it wide. I thought Hucles came on in the first match against Mexico and made a very good showing of herself.
She did. She definitely created a lot of offense for the United States, and I think that's exactly what Coach Heinrich was asking her to do.
She stayed in the lineup since the 3rd minute. Benson. Milbrett touched it forward. On the reach of Roberts. Roberts wins it back. Tenacious tackle. Carolina star. Foudy. Bear hops over it. Excuse me, Roberts. On the reach of Benson. Here's DeMera. Good move past Wambach. Takes on Hucles. She lost it. Milbrett nods it down. Tough ball to handle. Perez inside the center circle. I don't think they're going to beat fair. And Milbrett took an awkward step. I saw her go down. Ball knocked out of play, and Milbrett will get some attention. No one's really around her. She just took an awkward step. First one over to tend to her teammate in college, Shannon Mack. Those two have combined for 7 of the 8 U.S. goals. Here it is again. Maybe her left leg looked like locked when she came down after that header.
hope that's just what it was.
Yep.
Maybe a hyperextension.
So the crowd here in Seattle gives Milbrett a good round of applause. She comes off. Really wish her the best and see if she continues. Over 10 minutes into the second half. United States on cruise control. Got a goal in the 3rd minute, 5th minute, and 9th minute from Milbrett, and they haven't looked back. First meeting ever between the United States and Panama. Wambach, good ball to MacMillan. Roberts. Hucles. John Bustamente. Great ball on the ground. Put away by DeMera, who's being implored as an extra defender. So Perez will come off for Tiffeny Aguilar. Panama getting some players, some touches. '25-year-old Aguilar in. The 5th cap does have a pair of goals. She plays for Navy Bag. That's her club team in TNT. Excuse me, Panama, not TNT. 58th minute. U.S. with just 10. Milbrett has yet to be substituted. Hucles trying to close it down. There's Aguilar. Contributing right away. She cleared it away. Foudy. Long left-footed ball. Wambach. Franco waited. Fell right into her arms. Franco, the goalkeeper, was a striker before that. Limited goalkeeping experience before the tournament, but that has certainly changed now. Roberts to Foudy. MacMillan working hard to win it back. Bedoya looking for some help. That is Gonzalez for not making the run. Valderrama. And a collision there. Bedoya on the receiving end. On back. Hounds and harass Maxima Gonzalez. Arosemena. Lived in California since she was 7. MacMillan turns inside the center circle, plays Roberts. U.S. still playing with just 10. Ends up getting a full examination. Benson ran out of real estate.
Touched too many for Benson. She had the chance to get the cross in.
Played 1 hour here. The United States have yet to score in this half, amazingly enough, but still have an 8-goal lead. Beene getting some work.
hard when you have such a good first half. You produce 8 goals. It's really hard to match that in the second half, and I think the United States has let down a little, but they still have an 8-goal lead, and maybe they can get something started for the second half and produce even more goals. I'm sure that's exactly what April Heinrichs wants to see, and she doesn't want to see them let down, and she wants to make sure they remain sharp for the whole game.
Something that's tough to do when you've just knocked out your opposition the first 10 minutes of the match. To stay focused and concentrate on the little things that you're going to need to do to have success. Reddick battling with Gonzalez. Foudy. Look at the foul. Gonzalez and Reddick battling. Foudy, who replaced Ali Wagner at halftime. That'll lead to Hucles. Maybe those early substitutions that Coach Heinrichs made. Coming back to haunt her. Milbrett picked up a knee injury. U.S. playing with just 10, but maybe that'll help pick up their concentration levels with one less player. Sobrero. Foudy. MacMillan. Benson, who played at the University of Nebraska for Wambach. Tough to get that ball across the face of the goal when it's rolling away from you like that. Roberts. Foudy. Back has to hustle to get to that loose touch. This time she gets her left-footed ball in. MacMillan. Hucles kept it in. Good play by Angela. Looking for Shannon Mack. It's short. Foudy. Shannon Mack. She's expecting Foudy to make the run, but Wambach is there. The flag is up offside. It appears to be close. I think she was standing in an onside position when the ball was rolled back.
Looks like she was onside. She may have just got caught standing a little.
Yep. No doubt about it. She certainly was ball watching. Shannon Mack was trying to link up with Foudy, and it almost set up Wambach. Good ball by MacMillan. Foudy looks to 1-2 with Wambach. Foudy's really pulling the strings in the midfield. Roberts barrels over Diana Valderrama. Arosemena. Benson straight into the air. Hucles gets it back. Finds Foudy. Roberts making the run. Wambach. Keeping it simple. MacMillan. A little slow. Exploding out of that move. By Panama. Bedoya. Return takes a whack from Fair. Benson. There to Beene. Reddick to Foudy. Wambach. Can Hucles get to it? No. We have Group 1 all set. The United States will take the first seed. Mexico will take the second. The group is shaping out as we expected. The only surprise probably provided by this very same Panama side, and they beat TNT 4-2 in the first match of the tournament. The U.S. certainly going to have some momentum. Wambach looking for a ninth goal. Try to split the wickets of Franco. MacMillan still sitting on 2 goals. Hucles kept it alive. Tiffeny Aguilar came on.
Well, the United States is still waiting for the first goal of the second half, and Wambach, I know she was frustrated with herself there, but I think she'll have a couple more chances in the half.
Trying to set up MacMillan. Wambach does have an assist. Get that great header off the post in the first half. Communication between Fair and Benson. Beene. Beene extremely athletic. Slings it out for Hucles. Foudy from Fair. Back to Hucles. Bedoya wins it. Aguilar. Perez, throw it in. Fair takes it off her chest. Wambach. Foudy. Off the back of her head. Plays it forward for Shannon Mack. Square for Foudy. We'll slow it up. Wambach. Casual on the ball, but she does well to win it right back. Always have to keep the ball moving no matter what the score line is. A couple times U.S. players caught standing on the ball, deliberating. 70th minute. Tiffeny Milbrett, who has 5 goals in this match, was carried off injured. USA going with 10 the rest of the way. Benson. Wambach. Another shot. Corner kick. Wambach may be trying too hard now.
Tough not to, too, in this situation.
Oh, yeah. Getting this clear-cut opportunity to play yourself into the team for the semifinals. But she may have done it anyway. The rule is never change a winning side. Nicole Heinrichs has to be liking that the fact that the U.S. got off to their best start in the tournament. Turned away by Foudy. With Wambach in the starting 11, so maybe the team's effort will be enough to get Wambach on the team sheet. Foudy just playing it in first time. Quite sure that was a shot or a cross. Nonetheless, Franco had to touch it away. Hucles trying to pick out that upper right corner.
like since Tiffeny Milbrett went down with the injury, April Heinrich has told her team to back off a little. Their line of defense has started now to seep back into almost the half line. That may be a tactic to save her players from any more injuries.
Good point. Tiffany Roberts has come on, as has Kate Sobrero. The substitutions coming early. Beene is there. Foudy came on at halftime. As we said, we won't see Mia Hamm, although she is fully recovered from that knock. She'll get rested for the semifinals coming up on Wednesday, right here at Safeco Field in Seattle. And we'll move south to Gold Cup 2002 one more time, back to Pasadena in the Rose Bowl. The final day, third and fourth place match, and the 2002 Women's Gold Cup Championship. The U.S. trying to defend their title. Now they won in 2000. Right now, Canada and U.S. on track for their collision course. Benson. MacMillan, not a bad first touch. Showed too much to the defender, who clears it away. Benson has held her own in her first start of the tournament. Wambach nods it down. Gonzalez. Good run by Gutierrez. Holds it up for Gonzalez. He gets tripped up by Wambach. Good Wambach. Shedding the defenders. U.S. throw. Maybe got away with the foul right there on the back of the legs of Gonzalez. Here's DeMera using her skills to get out of trouble in the back. Beene has faced a shot in this one. In the U.S. defense, yet to concede a goal in the tournament. Scored 14 goals in 3 matches. The Canadians have 1 match to play, and they've scored 20. And the back heel short for Hucles. Wambach racing in from behind, trying to hold it. Back to Benson. Fair. Foudy. Easy turn in the midfield under no pressure. Hucles. U.S. not moving the ball like they were in the first half. A bit more time on the ball individually with all the players. Taking an extra touch or two, and it's getting them in trouble. Reddick loses it for the first time. Hucles, strong tackle. Fair. Foudy. Benson. Elizabeth Lewis set to check in. We get a chance to participate in this Gold Cup. Wambach for Hucles. Wambach. Foudy. Gonzalez is there. Off her thigh. Plays it forward. best stuff from Panama we've seen right now. Arosemena. This time ball out wide. Bedoya poked forward. Beene was coming out. That one straight to Beene, who got back to her line. Tiffeny Milbrett with the ice on, all bundled up. Scored 3 goals the first 9 minutes. Had 5 before halftime, and the 6th goal, which would have been a record, never came. Surprising that Hamm, who scored more goals than anyone ever in international soccer, doesn't have a 5-goal game herself. Wambach. Roberts to Foudy. Foudy moving the ball to the far side for Reddick. Scurry comes out for Elizabeth Lewis. It's the 3rd substitution for Roberto Sala. The Aguilar. MacMillan Gonzalez came on prior. Arosemena. Places one across, too heavy for Gonzalez. The U.S. players look like they haven't even broken a sweat. Namely Hucles. Roberts, he had the 8th goal. Ken and Mac's jersey number. Ball getting to the other side. Reddick retreated. 80th minute. It wasn't pretty at times for the U.S. early on in this tournament, but they're catching their groove at the right time as we head to the most important match for the U.S. in the calendar year. Their semifinal encounter against either Canada or Costa Rica. They win that match and they can pop the champagne, so to speak, as they will qualify for China 2003. Some people are a little bit perplexed why the U.S. as defending champions have to qualify. There's actually a move in the Women's World Cup that triggered the same move in now the Men's World Cup. Defending champions Brazil will have to qualify if they want to make it to 2006 in Germany. U.S. women having to go through the same ropes, but just 4 years sooner. I personally think the defending champions should get an automatic pass into the World Cup final. Should be able to defend what you won. The U.S. didn't have to qualify the last time out because they were the hosts in 1999. Which allowed Canada and Mexico to go through. Looks like those 3 teams are going to be the ones trying to represent the Concacaf again. MacMillan plays it across first time. Franco is there. So far, she's working on a clean sheet, but in the second half. Foudy. Out wide, MacMillan waiting for it. Heads her way. Gonzalez easing her way forward. Gutierrez. The foul on Benson. Didn't need it there. Clean through her. No doubt about it. So Panama got off to such a great start in this tournament. But it all slowly grinds down to a halt. We'll look back at the victory over TNT as another building stone in their foundation. Less than a year since the women's national team has been up and running. Hucles back to Roberts. MacMillan, great ball to Wambach. Wambach looking for a goal, cuts it back. And she hits the post again. Well, she deserves a goal, but it just won't come for your Freedom teammate.
Yeah, and I want it for her so bad. I know she wants it. She takes a beautiful cutback, has all kinds of time, and hits the post.
She went low there where the margin for error is much smaller when she tried to go up high. By Elizabeth Lewis. Foudy lets her have it. 85th minute. Wambach. Here's side for the U.S. playing with 10 after the injury to Tiffeny Milbrett. Hucles on the ground, Wambach. There it is. Finally, after hitting the post twice, the U.S. finally get a goal in the second half to take it to 9-0.
Abby's saying finally too. There it is, her first goal of the night, but she's had plenty of chances, and I know she's happy to get that first goal.
Keeping her scoring record with the U.S. women's national team very much at a high rate. 5 goals in 7 appearances now. Foudy directing the troops for the final couple minutes here. Well, the U.S. women have always been so good. Attention to detail, working on the little things. And a red card's been shown. And was it to DeMera? I think she thought she was sent off. I think she has been, but I think she has to go off the field the other way. The 17-year-old has her tournament come to a shameful end. Began so well with a hat trick against TNT. Obviously an off-the-ball incident. That's the first red card of the tournament we've seen.
That may have been why Julie Foudy pulled her team together. She probably was saying, you know, they're going to come after us. Just relax. Let's not do anything stupid. Let's get out of this game with everyone able to play are in the semifinals.
Second red card, Leslie Ann James for TNT was sent off against Panama. The same sort of incident. And the tournament coming full circle for the Panamanians. Gonzalez to throw in. Winning moments. Shannon Mack looking for the hat trick, turned away by Franco. Good save for her. She may remember that save, and not the 9 goals that got past her this evening. There's the play that got DeMera sent off, a blow to the face of Shannon Mack. DeMera clearly frustrated. Shannon Mack not afraid to mix it up herself. But I think you hit the nail around the head. The most important thing for the U.S. is to come out unscathed. Just about everyone's gotten their touches this evening. Wambach. Franco with the save. Good strike by Wambach, showing off that heavy right foot of hers. Long range. That was Kate Sobrero having a go. Bedoya wanting a card. No surprise, Trace, the top 4 teams coming into the tournament have moved on to the semifinals. But what about the bottom 4 teams? I think the region is certainly making giant strides, becoming much more balanced competitively.
I agree. Even a team like Panama, I mean, they've only been together for a year. They've come to this tournament and gotten a win against TNT already, and I think they have a lot to take from this tournament.
90th minute. Sobrero, the player, down. Foudy, I think, saying she gets her opinion. Look at that. With the captain's armband on. That was Valderrama charging into Sobrero. th minute. USA had 8 goals in the first half. 2 minutes have been added on. Tiffeny Milbrett scored 5 times. Shannon Mack added a pair. Tiffany Roberts and Abby Wambach, only goal scorer in this half. One getting away from Shannon Mack.
MacMillan knows she could have done a little bit better with that ball. Abby Wambach was making a run right in front of the goal and was wide open.
The U.S. looking for 10. The 9. Tying the 9 scored by Canada against Jamaica. We've had an 11-1 match, 2 9-0 matches in this Gold Cup. The U.S. will head into the semifinals still without conceding a goal. The defense playing very well. Beene getting the shutout in this one. Scurry started the first 2 matches. Hucles stays on it, and Valderrama, who just got actually Gonzalez, who picked up a yellow card earlier for a foul. The Valderrama just picked up one a moment ago. Roberts for Wambach. Wambach tried to play it back in. Wambach and Roberts hooked up for the 8th goal for the U.S. Franco still with a bounce in her step. I think this is an excellent primer for the U.S. ahead of their semifinal. Get to enjoy a couple more days in Seattle. Well, it's time to get back down to business. And that is it. The U.S. in emphatic fashion beat Panama 9-0. The United States get it done in great fashion and move on to the semifinals. 3 wins and 3 tries. For Tiffeny Milbrett and the entire crew, I've been Alan Hopkins. We thank you for watching the Gold Cup on Fox Sports World.